Hi guys, welcome to the Hefni Guitar channel. We're going to start a new series now on learning the 7th chords for blues. Now we're going to go into the blues, right, using these 7th chords. Again, our approach is we're going to be learning them in different voicings throughout the neck, right, in groups of 4 strings. So we'll again begin with our middle group of 4 strings, okay? Then we'll go up to the top group, and then we'll end it with the bottom group. Okay, now, blues is easier to learn than jazz because there are only 3 chords, right? So they're all 7th chords. So we're going to apply this on, say, a 12-bar blues, okay? Let's try to change. Let's not do it in C major anymore, okay? So now, well, let's do it in D. But the thing about blues is we can't really call it the key of D major. We have to call it D blues, right? Because blues is one of those types of music where the key essentially changes, right? So if you want to think of it as a key, you have to think of it as the key of D blues. So without further ado, let us begin. So D blues, let's start on the middle set, 4 strings, okay? So we already know this chord shape for a dominant 7. Okay, for those of you who are just joining us and this is your first video, do check out all of the other videos that we've already put up. Okay, if you don't know this chord shape, for those who just joined us, okay, it begins with the D bar chord. Okay, but your middle, your 3rd finger, this note, right, which is your D note, we're going to bring it down by 2 frets. Okay, so from D bar chord you get, okay, you can either hold it like this as a bar chord or like this. Sometimes you'll find that as you go further up the neck, it's actually easier to hold it this way. As you go lower down the neck, it's actually easier to hold it as a bar chord. Okay, whichever way works for you, it's fine. Okay, so this is our D7 chord. Okay, so in the D blues, right, or in any blues, your 1 chord, there are only 3 chords. Your 1 chord, your 4 chord, and your 5 chord. Okay, and all of these chords are are of a 7th dominant quality. So our 1 chord is D7. Okay, our 4 chord. Okay, this is a G. So G7. Okay, instead of playing G7 over here, we're going to play it, okay, this way. Right, to keep to strict voice leading. Okay, if you want to understand a bit more about voice leading, I'll put a link in the description for my lesson on voice leading over there. Okay, so in any case, this is our 4 chord G7. Okay, so now we go back to the 1 chord D7, 4 chord. Chord. Okay, now the 5 chord, right? Right, the root note, that is an A, so it should be an A7 because we're playing blues. So an A7, right? We already know G7 is here, so A7, we just slide this entire chord shape up 2 frets. Okay, yeah, I just did a passing chromatic chord there. We go back to the 1 chord. 5 chord again, 5-7. So again, okay, and that is our first, I guess, blues progression using 7th chords in this position. Okay, for all intents and purposes, for this series, we're going to avoid all of your turnarounds, right? Well, we're going to do that later. Right now, we just want to focus on the chord structures first. So, right, that concludes this week's lesson on blues, right, in D, right, at this position. Next week, I'll give you another voicing for blues in D. I'll see you then.